Welcome to this cooling Hatha yoga practice. You may want a few blocks for this practice. I almost always suggest a couple of blocks. You may need a strap. It's optional, but it's helpful. A resistance band works great as a strap. And you may also like a blanket to pad your knees for a few of the moves that we're going to be doing. This will be a 1-hour practice, give or take. And even though it's a cooling practice, we're going to heat you up and then cool you down. And we're going to start with Chandra Vedana, which is a cooling breath work. I want you to take either your index finger or your thumb and just close off your right nostril. And we're going to inhale and exhale through that left nostril, which is connected to the lunar side, the cooling side. Breathing in and out through the nose, mouth is closed, trying to make our breaths smooth and even. And it's just that simple. Close off the left nostril, close off the right nostril, inhale left and exhale left. And as you continue to inhale and exhale through your left nostril, I just want to talk to you a little bit about this practice. And I'd like to share with you my intention for you for this practice. And you are always free to bring your own intention to the mat. So it's cooling. If you're like me, we've been through a variety of heat waves, and it's been nice to practice some cooling yoga. And it's also playing with dualities, which is a really big theme throughout yoga. And that is, hot and cold, active and rest. And I want you to think about that as we're going through this practice, thinking about where do you need to be more active? Where do you need to rest a little bit more? How can you get into a pose in a way that's easeful and rather muscling into it and breathing really choppy? Anytime your breath begins to be really choppy, you know that you're going too deep into the asana, the posture. And the other thing to think about, also playing on this duality theme, is the elements of summer. The predominant one is obviously fire, but water is also an element of summer. And I want you to think about how you need both, right? No water and our world just burns up. No fire and we don't have digestible food. So I want you to think about that, perhaps, if that is interesting to you. And notice as you move through these postures, maybe where you need a little bit more fire and where you need a little bit more flow. Flow is associated with the water element. All right, the last few breaths here, still breathing in and out through your left nostril. Last breath. And let that nostril go. And just sit for a minute and notice if even in this short time of just sitting and breathing, if you have any changes in your body. What's up, bud? And then begin to blink your eyes open. If you're sitting up on something, go ahead and remove that and keep it near your mat. Excuse me, bud. Thank you, buddy. Now you can be sitting in an easy cross-legged pose if that is comfortable for you. You can be sitting back on your heels like I am if that's comfortable for you. And if this is almost comfortable for you, but you feel it in your legs, you can take a blanket and you can put it between your thighs and your calves And that might make it feel a little bit easier for you. You can also take a block and you can put it between your legs and you can sit back on a block. But sitting cross-legged is fine. You know, whatever works for you throughout the entire practice. Anything feels too much, you are always free to take a break in child's pose or whatever pose feels most easeful for you. So sitting cross-legged or sitting back on your heels, take your hands to your thighs. Inhale, open up through your chest. Exhale, really round the back as you push back. Inhale, bringing your chest forward through your arms. Exhale, rounding, going within. Continuing in, inhaling, arching forward, exhaling, rounding back. On your own time, seated cat-cow. Just beginning to wake up our spine here. And then coming to sit on your heels or in your easy pose with a straight back. Let that effort go. And go ahead and grab your blocks. It's optional, but you may find it easeful to use them. I'm going to be using them. Bring them back outside of your thighs. You can continue to sit in a cross-legged pose. You can continue to sit on your heels. Or if you'd like to take it up a notch, come into a tabletop position. Curl your toes under. Reach back. Just bring those toes underneath those ankles and walk your hands up your body into a toe squat. Place your right hand on a block. Inhale the left arm up and over, pushing into that block, opening up the left side of the body. You may be looking up under that left arm. 5 breaths here. Pushing into that right hand to get a bigger stretch along the left side of your body. Last couple of breaths. Last breath in, out. Bring your left hand back down. If you're in that toe squat, let that go. Bring the tops of your feet to the mat. Sit back on your heels. And just move the blocks out a little bit. Inhale. Take your left hand to the outside of your right thigh. Right arm comes behind you, like a little kickstand. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, begin to pull the belly in and moving from that belly. Begin to twist a little bit towards your right shoulder. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, maybe twist a little deeper, maybe not. Always being careful with your neck. And twist starts from the core, not from your neck. Inhale, expand. Exhale, maybe twist a little further. Inhale, both hands over towards the left, little counter twist. Inhale, center. Second side. So if you're using your blocks, I suggest they be on the lowest height. Move them in a little closer to your legs. Cross seat, kneeling, or toe squat. Second side. This time take your left hand to a block. Inhale the right arm up and over and pushing into that left hand on the block. Maybe looking up under your arm. Not trying to collapse, but trying to open up through the right side of your body. 5 breaths here. Put a smile on your face. Make it easeful. Exhale that right arm down. Tops of the feet come to the mat if you're in toe squat. Move the blocks over to the side. Pause in the center. Take your right hand over to the left thigh. Left arm comes behind you like a kickstand. Inhale. Lengthen out through your spine. Exhale, begin to twist from the belly. Inhale, see if you can push those ribs apart. Notice how it gets a little more difficult when you're twisting. Twists are great for digestion. They massage our internal organs. Go ahead and drop those shoulders. Relax. Finding the flow within the fire. Last inhale up. Exhale. Twist a little further maybe. And then on an inhale, come on over to the right side. Little counter twist. Exhale, center. You may want to have your blocks by the top of your mat. Come into a tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists. Hips are over knees. Curl those back toes under. Inhale. Reach your hips towards the sky. Down dog. It's our first down dog, so maybe you want to walk your dog a little bit. That just means bend one knee and straighten the other leg, and then bend the knee on the straight leg, and go back and forth. Stretching out your calves, maybe a little into your hamstrings, a little into the glutes. Knees can be bent a lot. It's the first down dog. You may not be very warm yet. Inhale, begin to walk your feet to your hands. And just bend your knees a lot. Bring those palms to the mat. Forward fold. Inhale. Hands come up the shins. Halfway. You're looking down at your mat. Your back is straight. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale, the right leg straight back. Right knee comes to the mat. Top of the right foot comes to the mat. On your next inhale, bring your arms up towards the sky. Low lunge. Exhale, palms come to frame the front foot. Inhale, curl the back foot under the toes of the back foot. And on your next inhale, lift those lips as you bring the front foot back to meet the back. Down dog. Couple breaths here. Inhale, step the right foot between your hands. Left knee comes to the mat. This is where you might want a blanket to pad your knees. Inhale, up to low lunge, pressing into that front foot. Exhale, palms come to meet. Inhale. Curl the toes of the back foot under. Exhale, step forward. Forward fold. Inhale the arms down, around, and up, really pressing down into those feet to come up. Reaching for the sky, palms come to touch. Arms down at heart center. This is a kneeling sun salutation, and we're going to go through it 4 more times. And towards the end of it, I will invite you to maybe try a crescent lunge instead of the low lunge, but it's up to you what feels right for your body today. Every day is different. Inhale the arms down, around, and up. Exhale, push the air away as you begin to fold forward over your feet. Head points towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen out through your spine. Exhale down. Step the right foot back. Knee comes to mat. Inhale up, low lunge. Maybe a little back bend this time. Exhale, arms down to the mat. Curl the back toes under. Step the front foot back to meet the back. Pause in down dog. Inhale, right foot steps through your hands. Left knee comes down to the mat. Inhale, your arms up. Maybe a little back bend. Exhale, palms come to meet the mat. Curl the back toe under. Big step forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, the arms come down, around, and up. Reaching for that sky, maybe a little back bend up here. Palms come to meet. Palms come down through your forehead center, and they meet at your heart. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. You should be beginning to get a little muscle memory here. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, right foot steps back. Inhale up, low lunge. Exhale down. Inhale, down dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale, arms up, low lunge. Exhale down. Inhale, step the back foot forward. Forward fold. Notice if by now, as you're beginning to warm up, maybe you go a little deeper in your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale down. Inhale, arms down, around, and up. Little baby back bend. Hands come to meet. Hand comes down through your center and comes to rest at your heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale down. Now I'm going to invite you to maybe try a crescent lunge, a high lunge instead of that low lunge. And if that's the case, I want you to move your feet about hip width apart. That will just give you a more stable base. Inhale, step that right leg back. Toes are curled under. Inhale, push into that front foot to rise. Low lunge or crescent lunge, your choice. Exhale, palms frame the foot. Inhale, the back leg meets the front leg meets the back. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Really push into your front heel and the toes of the back foot while activating that back leg. Coming up from the strength of your belly. If you wobble, it's okay, no big deal. Exhale, palms come down to frame the back foot. Inhale, step that back leg up. We all meet in forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms come down to mat. Inhale, the arms down, around, and up. Palms come to meet overhead. Palms come to rest at your heart center. Last one. Inhale, the arms down, around, and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms come down to mat. Right leg steps back. Low lunge or crescent lunge. So you're activating those legs and pulling that core in, coming up from the strength of that core. Exhale down. Inhale the front leg to meet the back. Pause in down dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale the arms up, low lunge or high lunge. Exhale the arms down. Inhale, listen carefully, this is our last one. Take the front foot back to the back foot, down into down dog. Let's take a couple breaths here. Exhale, bend the knees. Begin to walk your arms down onto the mat. If your blocks are by the mat, you might want to push them off a little bit. They might get a little bit in your way. Arms reach, actually arms bend, elbows bend, one hand on top of the other. Take your forehead to your hands and just relax. Let all the effort go. Feel the support of the earth across your whole body. Inhale. Stretch your arms out. Take your forehead to your mat. Inhale, right arm reaches forward as the left arm reaches back. Forehead stays on the mat. Exhale down. Inhale, left arm reaches forward as the right foot reaches back. Exhale down. Inhale, lift your forehead as you lift the right arm and the left leg. Think about reaching out and then up. So reach out with the left arm and then come up, pulling the belly in. Exhale down. Going back and forth a few more times. Really thinking as if people are holding onto your foot and your hand and actively pulling them apart. So we're really stretching out. We're not just coming up. In yoga, we're almost always looking for more length in the spine. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Last one, right side. Last one, left side. Bend the elbows, take one hand on top of the other. Forehead comes to your hands. Just pause here for a couple breaths. You have the option to continue on with what we've just been doing, opposite hand and arm, hand and leg. Or you can go on and raise your hand, both hands and both legs up at the same time. And go ahead and stretch those arms forward. Forward comes to the mat. Inhale, think out and then up. Exhale down. Inhale, reach, really reach. Exhale down. Inhale, pull from the belly, move from the belly. Exhale down. Inhale out and then up. Relax the shoulders. And last one, let's do a little hold. Inhale out, then up. If you're familiar with Pilates swimming, you can always do that. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale down. Let that effort go. Bend your elbows. Take your forehead to your hands. Let that effort go. Inhale. Take your hands about to your shoulders. Begin to push yourself up and back. And let's take a little rest in child's pose. Knees can be really wide. You can always place a blanket or a pillow or a bolster underneath the belly, between the legs. That may make it feel a little more soothing. Knees can be together. Almost any pose in yoga has a lot of variations, and they're all good. Inhale, begin to walk your hands to your body. Then roll over onto your left hip, onto your left side. Legs stretch out behind you. Elbow is bent. Your palm is cradling your head. Your abs are pulled in. And this is where you may want to grab a strap. Go ahead and put it around your foot. Inhale that foot up. And every inhale, expand. On each exhale, maybe the foot comes a little closer to your head, maybe it doesn't. Couple more breaths here. Exhale. Keep your hand on the strap if you're using one. Bend that knee. Bring the soles of both feet to the mat, coming onto your back. Excuse me while I get some pine needles out of me. And go ahead and stretch you can keep the left foot on the mat with the knee bent. You can also stretch it out straight onto the mat. See what feels right in your body. Now on your next inhale, you're going to straighten the right foot up. Strap is around the arch, the ball of the foot. It's all good. Foot is flexed. And again, let's see if you can relax those shoulders down to the mat. Inhale, think about pushing that foot up. Exhale, maybe it comes a little closer to your face. And you don't want to get super close to it and just pull it. You want to move from your hip. And you also have the option, if you can have that flexibility, to take your index finger and your middle finger and grab onto your big toe and stretch this way. This is a stretch, most likely you're feeling all the way down the back of your leg. Maybe in your calves, maybe in your hamstrings, maybe in your glutes. And bend that knee. Remove the strap if you're using it. Slowly come over onto your left side and begin to walk your torso up. Left leg stretches out toward the corner of the top of your mat. Right foot comes in, sole comes onto the thigh of the left leg. You might want to grab that strap again and place it around the ball of your foot. Come to face your right leg, and I'm not mirroring, so it's probably going to be your left leg. if you're just following right along with me. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, begin to fold forward over that right leg. Back is as straight as is comfortable for you. So basically we're trying not to round yet. And you can also remove a strap and just have your hands on either side of your thigh, palms up. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, maybe fold forward a little bit more. Chin is slightly dipped in. Knees can be bent. And for your last couple of breaths, I invite you to take your hands, either keep them on a strap, hold on to your shins, maybe hold on to your feet, and now let your back round. And just notice how this feels different from drawing your belly in and keeping your spine straight. And you can also just leave your hands down by your legs, palms up. Inhale, take your palms to the mat. Begin to push into the mat to bring your body up. One reason to have the palms of your hands by the sides of your thighs so you don't overstretch. There's a real temptation here to say, I must touch my toes. And sometimes that's not a good thing. Okay, we're going to second side. Have that strap handy. Go ahead and come down onto your right side. Bend your right elbow. Head cradles hand. Abs pull in. Legs stretch down straight. Inhale. Lift the left leg. Flex that left foot. Notice where you feel that. You can use the strap. You can hold on to your big toe. You can not be holding on to the foot at all, as I am not as right now. That may feel right for your body too. Inhale. Exhale. Bend that left knee. Bring the sole of the left foot back to your mat. Come on over to your back. Come all the way down onto your back. You can leave your right foot on the mat, knees bent. You can stretch that right leg straight out on the mat. And on the next inhale, bend the left knee into your chest. Maybe reach down and grab your toe or put the strap around your foot. Inhale that left foot up to the sky. Foot is flexed. And maybe play around with the foot placement of your right leg. Mine is bent right now. Maybe take it straight on the mat. And for me today, I like it better bent. It can be different day to day too. Our bodies are always different depending on the amount of sleep we had, how well we ate, how hydrated we are, what kind of stress is going on in our life. A couple more breaths here. Exhale. Let that foot go. Bring it back down to the mat. Roll over onto your right side slowly. Take your palms to the mat and begin to walk yourself upright. This time stretching your left leg straight out toward the corner of your mat. Right leg bends, right foot comes to your inner left thigh. And turn your upper body to face your left leg. Flex the left foot. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, begin to fold forward, trying to keep the spine as straight as possible. Inhale, expand. Exhale, maybe bend forward a little bit more. Knees can be bent. And then let that effort go and let your back round, head comes down, pointing towards your left thigh. Let all effort go, let your shoulders relax. Really let that head be heavy. Inhale, if you're using a strap, let that go. Take the palms of your hands to the mat. Push into your palms and begin to walk your hands back toward your body. This time, I invite you to grab a block and go ahead and sit up on it. And if you have the flexibility and it feels comfortable for you to straighten out both legs without that block, of course you can just sit on your mat. If not, stretch both your right leg and your left leg out to either corner of the mat. Feet are flexed. Inhale, lengthen up your spine, maybe a little wiggle there. Exhale, begin to walk your hands out in front of you. Once again, trying to keep our spine straight-ish here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, maybe walk out a little further. Knees can be bent, however much you need to bend them. And the last couple of exhales, go ahead and just let your head be heavy, let your back round, let your shoulders relax. Notice how the posture feels different when you have a straight spine versus letting it round. Both have their benefits. And the more you notice those little nuances, the more you can bring them into your yoga practice. Take the palms of your hands back to the mat and begin to walk them back towards your body. Bend those knees. Bring your legs together. Remove that block. Come to face the short end of your mat. Legs lengthen out straight in front of you. Hands come down on either side of your hip. If this is uncomfortable for you, again, you can sit up on a block or a bolster. Staff pose. Let the shoulders relax. Inhale your arms up by your ears. Exhale, left arm comes forward as your right arm reaches toward the back and you twist to the right side of your mat. Open twist. Inhale. Arms come straight up, reaching for the sky. Feet are flexed. Exhale, right arm comes forward as your left arm goes back. Pull that low belly in. Open twist. Inhale, arms reach for the sky. Get really, really long. Exhale, just go ahead and fold forward. And this time we're just rounding the first time, letting that effort go. Head is very heavy. Maybe chin rests on your chest. Head is pointing down towards your thighs. Let the hands come to about your thighs, your knees, palms up.
The forward folds and the twists in this practice are all really great for digestion. And even though forward folds are a cooling practice, they help awaken the fire in the belly for digestion. So there's that duality again. Relaxing, calming, cooling practice can fire up your digestion. Inhale, take the palms of your hands to the mat and begin to walk them back towards your hip, bringing your torso upright. And staff pose. Inhale, bend your right foot and bring it towards your body. And then inhale, bring it out and over the left foot. Inhale, left arm comes around that right foot. Right hand goes straight behind you, that little kickstand, looking to the right side of your mat. One last twist on this side. Notice what happens to your breath when you twist. It gets a little harder to breathe usually, but so good for your digestion. Inhale the arms over to the left hand side, a little counter twist. Inhale, exhale, stretch that right leg long on your mat. Come back to your staff pose. And inhale, drag that left foot back and over the right foot. Inhale, right arm wraps around your left knee. Left arm comes behind you. Go ahead and straighten up. And then from your belly as you exhale, twist. Seeing if you're pushing evenly into both glutes, both hips. Last inhale. Last exhale. A little counter twist towards the right side of your mat. Unwind that left foot. Go ahead and scooch a little forward. Bring both feet to the mat. And then slowly begin to come back onto your elbows. Bring your knees into your chest, and then legs go straight up to the sky. Arms come out into a T. And legs can be bent if that feels better for you. Whether they're bent or straight, and begin to bring them over towards the right side, all the way down to the mat. Actually, for me today, bent feels better. You're moving into our last few poses. Notice how all that heat that you've built up throughout this practice is just dissipating. Inhale, legs come back through center. Exhale, they drop to the other side. Last twist. Last inhale. On your last exhale, bring your knees back up to center. Begin to take the soles of your feet together, trying to move them a little closer towards your groin, and then letting the knees open up to either side. If this feels too uncomfortable for you, you can grab those blocks and put them under your knees. Palms can be down on the mat. Palms can be facing up, ready to receive whatever the day has for you, or maybe the night, depending on when you're practicing. Also, an invitation to take your hands to your belly, or maybe one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart, or whatever you feel is right to do. I am not in your body. I can't tell you what feels right for your body. And I want you to listen to that voice from inside that tells you, I maybe need to move a little bit this way, and maybe I need to move a little bit that way. Trust your instincts. Go ahead and stretch one leg straight down the mat, and the other. Always an option to grab your blocks, put them under knees, or if you have a bolster, to go ahead and put those under your knees. It can feel really nice. And I will be holding space for you, and I will cue you when it is time to come out of Savasana. So just let yourself completely relax. Give yourself a great big thank you for showing up for yourself today, for coming to your mat, and taking this time in Savasana to let this cooling practice really integrate into your body. And as you are relaxing in Savasana, I invite you to come back to your intention, whether that was the one I gave you at the beginning of your practice, or maybe you set one for yourself. Were you able to find both fire and flow in this practice? Where in your life do you need more fire? Where in your life do you need to flow more freely with life? Where in your yoga practice do you need to get fired up? And where in your yoga practice do you need to just let go and be a little bit more fluid? And just relax in Savasana until you hear my voice again.
And while you continue to lay in Savasana, with eyes closed if that's comfortable for you, or mostly closed, begin to soften your forehead. Let your eyes relax. Let your jaw soften. Let your neck and your shoulders relax. You are cradled by the earth. The earth is always here to support you. Let your chest, your arms, your hands relax. Relax your abs and your glutes. Relax your legs and your feet. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Then begin to gently wiggle your fingers and your toes, just making small movements to begin with. And then circle your wrists and your ankles in one direction. And then go ahead and circle in the opposite direction. And then take your arms up and over your head, stretching them behind you, maybe moving your body a little bit as your legs stretch out in the opposite direction. And then gently bring one knee into your chest, then the other. Slowly and gently letting those knees drop down to whichever side is most comfortable for you. Coming into a fetal position with your eyes still closed. Stretching that bottom arm along the mat and cradling your head with it. Take a few deep breaths here. Slowly begin to move your hands closer to your body, pressing into your palms and your arms, slowly bringing your torso upright, coming into an easy seated position for you. Head slightly bowed. Palms come to meet in front of your heart center, really pressing one palm into the other, elbows flare wide. Begin to rub those palms together, bringing a little heat back into your day, just for a few seconds. And then hands come to stillness in front of your heart. Head bows even deeper. Eyes begin to blink open, taking in your mat, slowly raising your head, putting a smile on your face. Thank you for joining me for this cooling yoga practice. I hope that it's helped you to relax and cool down, maybe on a hot day or maybe just a day where you feel like you need to calm down a little bit. And maybe you've spent a little time thinking about the opposites in our life and how we need both. Whether you did or did not, I am so grateful for each and every one of you for joining me in this practice. And never forget, every day, go inside. Find the calm, the stillness, the peace. It's always there, just waiting for you.